Hey everybody, this is Daniel. This is not an Android Studio tutorial. So this is just kind of a brief overview of how I built a website in like 4 or 5 hours. So if you're looking for Android Studio tutorials, skip this. If you want to see how I deployed a website from start to finish in like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 hours, watch this. So this is a real website. So if you go to JonathanMalone.com, if you go there, you'll see it's a nice website. It has my brother's name there, some text, a little bit about him. I can click these buttons and it kind of scrolls down to the next section. We have some colors going on, what he likes to do. We've got some photos we can click on, kind of some hover effects. All of this was done with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and MySQL using Git on the DigitalOcean server. This is going to be like a snowball. Like we're going fast. Like this is not a tutorial. It's just kind of how I built this website. So like Friday night or Saturday night, I was kind of bored. So I was like, hey, I need a website. So I went to domains.google, and what you can see, say you want a domain name. Say I want, DanielMalone.com. I want to buy that domain name. I'm like, does it exist? Actually, exactly what I did is I did JonathanMalone.com, and there are lots of domain registrars, but you can see, hey, JonathanMalone.com is already taken. That's because I got it. It's right here. But there are other options. There's JonathanMalone.org, .net. So if you want to search for your name, just put in your name here. Say John, John Smith Williams or whatever. Search for that and you can see if it's available or not. So this is probably taken, but we can see, hey, it's available, so cool. So we have a domain name, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that. And domain names are about $12 a year. So it's not every month, but you do have to renew them every year. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my cart. I'm going to check out because that's my name. Make sure privacy is on, auto renew is on, hit checkout. And then I think we can just sign into Google or fill in our sign into Google there. And again, it's only, just remember, it's $12 a year. So if this will load, it's $12 a year and you can buy johnsmithwilliams.com or whatever. So I bought that. Then I was like, hey, I need to learn the HTML and CSS for a website. So if you haven't ever built a website before, HTML is similar to XML. You can do, HTML tutorial. You can kind of look online. There are kind of lots of tutorials and stuff. Again, this is not a tutorial. I'm just gonna briefly go over kind of how I built it. So this is HTML. That's a basic page right there. It has a title and a paragraph. And the cool thing is, if you go to, I'm gonna go ahead and close that. If you go to any website, you can right click and go to view page source, and you can see all of the HTML that's written. So kind of like an Android app, how you write like XML and Kotlin code. Well, for the web, you can actually literally just go right-click in Chrome, view page source, or maybe in a menu in Firefox or Safari, Internet Explorer, Edge, whatever, and you can see all of the code that was written. And this is kind of similar to XML. You can see, for example, where it says, hi, I'm Jonathan Malone, I love to have fun. We can kind of go, hi, I'm Jonathan Malone, I love to have fun. You can see like the text, there's all kinds of stuff here, and this is not a tutorial, kind of how I built it. So what I actually did is I started with a Bootstrap theme. So you can Google, get Bootstrap, and this is kind of a free starter template for HTML and CSS. And if you want to look at some examples, you can kind of see examples. So say you're maybe working on you want to build like a registration form, or maybe some snazzy, product dashboard with charts and sections and stuff. You want to be able to search for Bob and hit maybe you want to put buttons there this week, and you want to make it responsive. So it works well on mobile phones, but it also works good on big devices. You can do all of that, search for different stuff, whatever. So I use Bootstrap, and there are lots of different themes. You can just Google around, but say I'm working on a product and I want to do this. Maybe we charge, and these templates are meant to change. So say I want to, change, maybe my elite plan is, and this is not how you do it, but maybe my elite plan is like, maybe we charge, $299. You can go into Bootstrap and like edit it to, now it's $299, so kind of expensive for that plan. You have hover effects, you have buttons that do stuff. So this is kind of starter templates that'll get you going. And again, there's all different types and stuff. Say you want a navigation, different ways your navigation can work. When it gets smaller, does it change to the hamburger icon where it opens and closes? Once it's big enough, does it just go into a regular menu? Some stick, some don't. This is static, so that the nav bar goes away. This is fixed, so no matter how much you scroll, you still see the nav bar on the top. You can always access search no matter how much you scroll. And then again, we can always right-click and go to View Page Source and see all the HTML and JavaScript and CSS that really make this tick. So in this case, I looked for Bootstrap for template or something like that. And there are lots of templates. You can kind of Google around. Let's just look for a random one, just random website. This is stunning, it says, so hey, why not? See if these are free. Some of these are. I don't know how good these are or how old these are. But they're coming soon page. We can go to the free download and we can kind of get a preview of this little theme. And say I want my website to look like this with, a countdown and some buttons and some social media stuff on the bottom. We should be able to go to GitHub and we can actually probably, gonna close some of this stuff. We can actually probably go and look at some of the code. So if we don't want all of that, we can just kind of maybe copy the HTML, see what the HTML is. We can go to raw, download this code. This is a way to do it. You can also use other tools, but for simplicity's sake, you can kind of copy these, yeah, maybe not that's a good one. But the point is there are lots of resources for Bootstrap. So this is what I used. I used a Bootstrap theme. Okay, now for local development, I used PHPStorm, and you'll notice this is very similar to Android Studio. In fact, it's made by the same people. It's made by JetBrains. So if you go to JetBrains, you can go here. You can see other IDEs. They have stuff for, if you look at their IDEs, they have stuff for Go, they've got Java, PHP, Web. That's more like front-end, CSS, JavaScript. PHPStorm, I think, is all of WebStorm plus a little more. There's Python, there's iOS code. So these tools actually are not free, but I'll show you some free ones in a second. These aren't, if you're doing a lot of this work, these aren't too expensive, but again, there are plenty of free options. So I actually have a license to all of these, and it's not that, it's for individual use. And we want just an individual one. I don't know how to buy it. You should be able to buy it individually. You can just get out of that. Monthly billing. Here we go. So yeah, oh, that's per year. Okay, here we go. So if you do want to buy it, it's about $9 a year. But there are other options for editors. So Sublime Text, I think you're on 3. I have a license to this and I use it sometimes. Here it is. You can type all your code out. It's a nice little editor. I have a license to it. I think this is not a monthly fee, but it's actually a one-time fee if I go to buy it. I think it's like $80 maybe. So it's, yeah, $80. Wow, I was right, $80. So there's that also. You can get a free trial. I think you can get a free trial for both of those. And then again, it's just this editor. We can open up files in and say, hey, I want to edit some HTML, so I'm going to edit all this. And we can type out code and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Type out all your code. I'm just going to go ahead and undo that. Make sure it's good. So, okay, so there are lots of choices for that. There's also free choices. So if you're on Mac, or if you're on Windows, because I know most of my, let's see, it's Notepad++. I know most of my viewers are on Windows, like it skews to Windows like 80 or 90%. I don't know if there's a better one, but there's Notepad++. This, they have a dark theme, that's off. Maybe not for the editor, maybe for the editor. Don't know. Anyways, so Notepad++ is a free download, and this is kind of like a lightweight editor, but you should be able to download the latest version somewhere, hit a download button, and you're good. They have installers. I think it's just for Windows, so if you're on Windows, do that. Or if you're on Windows, you can always use Windows Notepad. This should already be installed on Windows. Notepad++ is just a little better program, but then again, this is just the regular Notepad on Windows. You can, I think it's free from Microsoft. Again, haven't used Windows in a long time, although I have like this massive Windows machine sitting in my bedroom that I haven't opened up or used recently. I've bought it a long time ago, but I haven't really used it recently. I may do some on Windows, but yeah, there are lots of choices. Or if you're on Mac, there's always just the default text edit, I think. And if you open up text edit, you can open up, it'll just open up just a regular text editor. But in this case, I like PHPStorm because it's similar to Android Studio. So what I can do here is I can like modify stuff. So this is really complicated. This is not a tutorial. This is kind of just how I did it. Maybe not best practices, but this is how I did it in like a few hours and got a lot done. So say in this case, I want to actually show it, and this is a little complicated. I'm going to see where I am. I'm going to go to CD. I'm going to change directory into documents, Jonathan 20, let's see, 20. I'm going to CD in the public, and I'm going to go to, I'm using PHP as a server. So PHP-S, localhost, 888, whoops, host. I'll just do 8889, why not? Press enter there. And you can see here is our website. I'll go ahead and copy that. I'm going to put it in my incognito window. But you'll notice that this isn't a .com name. We have jonathanmalone.com, but we also have our local environment, which is just localhost port there. So if you run up a PHP server, which is way outside the scope of this, then that's how you do it. So this way I can actually go here. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to make this over to the left. So if I want to say, hey, I want it to say personal website to show the world I exist, I can find that. I can say, I love to swim, bike and run after breakfast. Save it, go back to here, refresh, and you'll notice it instantly updates the text on there. So again, this is all HTML and CSS, and I make a change and it just refresh and it instantly updates. It's not like Android Studio where you have to build. I can literally, just do a bunch of stuff. All I have to do is save it and refresh, and again, there are plugins that'll automatically refresh, but way outside the scope. Basically, that's it. So I'm going to undo that just by doing that, save it, and that way I can have my local environment. So if I go to jonathanmalone.com, I haven't messed with that yet. I'm just playing around with it locally. So say I mess something up and I just completely screw something up, then if I save it and refresh it and it ruins the website, if I go to jonathanmalone.com, it's still good. I'm just messing with my local copy, just like Android Studio. So I'm going to roll back those changes because that messed it up. Refresh it, Command Control R. There we go. Here's our website. So again, there's lots of files that go into this. So say, like for example, the title right there in the tab bar, I can change that to something else. I can change it to breakfast because I'm on breakfast. I don't know why. It's like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. So now it says breakfast up there on the tab. So you can modify just about anything from this website. I just put that in there kind of for SEO, whatever. And again, we can scroll. Did I mess something up? Did I screw something up? Let me see really quick. I did. I'm going to revert the changes. Again, don't worry about this. I'm just... Am I missing it? Oh, I'll just look for it here. Where did I mess it up? Here we go. Gonna roll that back. Okay, save. Okay, there's our website. So I'm gonna make a real life change. So what I'm gonna do, go to PHPStorm, and I'm gonna change the header from Jonathan Malone. What should I do? I'll change this text. So I'll change the text from personal website to show the world I exist. I'll change it to show the world I love to swim. I don't even think he likes swimming, but say, he likes to swim. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, way outside the scope of this. Command K. I'm going to make a get. I'll call this change copy to swim. Swim. I'm going to go ahead and make a get commit. I'm going to commit and push it. Now if I go to jonathanmalone.com, and again, you can go to it in your browser right now because it is live on the website. Now it says personal website to show the world I love to swim. So we successfully made a live change to a website. So what are the costs associated with maintaining a website? So we already saw the domains, domains.google, it's $12 a year. You get something, something.com, just search for whatever's available, and you say what you want to buy, and yeah, that looks good, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. add it to your cart, sign in, check out, whatever. So that's not enough to actually push it online. You can use free services, but what's best, or not best, I mean, they're for something so small and you kind of want to get your hands dirty and mess with stuff, we can use DigitalOcean. So DigitalOcean, we can just Google that. I'll show you the cost associated for this. Again, you can learn more about it at DigitalOceancom. They have lots of products, but let's go to their pricing. So if you're building something really small, all you're going to need is about $5 a month. So, you know, if you go out to eat or whatever, it's like a drink or a meal or something, depending upon where you are. That's more like a, I don't know what that is, $5 a month. But this is a server, it says 1 gig of RAM, 1 CPU, you have a terabyte of transfer, you get 25 gigs of storage. So it's $12 a year for that. Plus every month you're gonna have to pay hosting, so it's $5 a month. Or say you're building a massive website for millions of users, you can do that. You can always switch later, but for now, I mean, all you're ever gonna need is just this $5 a month system. We can go ahead and create it, and that's kind of outside the scope of this. But I think, oh, I know what I should do. Go to the YouTube description. I think they do affiliate programs. I think they do affiliate. I think they do. Partners. Anyway, so if you, click on the link in the YouTube description and I'll make some money. I think they still have the refer. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So I'll give you a refer link, and so click on it, and if you end up buying, I think you get $25 free. Yeah. So if you want $25 free to play around with DigitalOcean, wait, how much do we get? And they'll receive $100. Okay, you get $100 actually. And when a refer customer spends, hey, nice for me too. Okay, so yeah, go to the YouTube description and I'll add a link to my DigitalOcean refer program. You'll get $100 to spend over 60 days. So yeah, it's plenty of money. So just, you know, use it for 1 or 2 months, then just delete it and you'll be good. Yeah, you'll be good. So for 2 months basically. So just make sure at the end of 2 months you just delete it. But I mean, if you're just playing around with something, I mean, all you're going to need is the $5 a month. You can set up, I mean, that's enough to set up, holy cow, you could do like some serious stuff. Yeah, just get the $5 a month one. That's all you're going to need. That's way overkill. But I'm cool I discovered this, so I make a little bit of money if you actually use DigitalOcean, so cool. So YouTube description for that. So again, pricing, $5 a month, and that is the only cost you need. Okay, once you set up DigitalOcean, they have lots of written tutorials. So DigitalOcean, Ubuntu, let's see, Ocean, can I spell today? Ubuntu, whoops. Nginx, PHP. So this is the kind of server I set up. And again, I think, yeah, this is what I'd follow. They have lots of tutorials on setting up PHP. And this is way outside the scope of what we're doing. Like this is, if you've never used Terminal before, it might be kind of hard. You might need help. And again, I don't have time in the YouTube comments. I feel like this is just way outside the scope. But you kind of follow this tutorial here. It's going to be really complicated. I warn you. Unless you've have some web development experience. Again, initial setup for Ubuntu. You might want to secure it. Set up SSH. Yeah, that's a lot of work. It'll take you hours. The first time I did it, it took me like a couple of weeks, but I've done it like hundreds of times now, so it's pretty easy for me. But for your first time, it could take a week or it could take a couple of weeks. And they have lots of tutorials. What I did is VPS. And what I did to deploy it is I used this tutorial here, which is okay, it works. I'm not going to complain about it. I think it's automatic deployment. So I can code directly in PHPStorm and then do, version control. I can push it or whatever, wherever push is. I do the keyboard shortcut. I can push it and then it'll make it go live to JonathanMalone.com. But then again, just to be clear, all you need is $12 a year plus $5 a month. And you don't even need $5 a month because you'll get $100 free when you click on the link. When you click on the link in my YouTube description for this video. So YouTube description, look for there, play around with it, have fun. Lots of stuff you can do. I'm trying to think of what else to do. Oh yeah, so I set up a Let's Encrypt certificate. So you notice how there's that little lock icon right there? So if I were to go to a bank, like bank of, let's do bank, and we Google bank, and we go to like, let's get rid of that. Go to Bank of America. You'll notice how Bank of America has a lock icon there. That means that you can get all this, you can do all your banking from pretty secure probably. No, seriously, it's pretty secure. I mean, it's pretty good. So whenever you sign in with your login, you log into Bank of America, you want to save that and log in. It sends all your information over a secure SSL or TLS. You'll notice you have the lock icon. So that is actually for free. You don't need to spend any money on an SSL. So SSL, I'm sure if you Google that, you'll see lots of, digit cert, what is this? And you can buy these things for like, buy now for $157. I don't know why you would ever want to do that ever in your life. You don't ever want to buy an SSL because they're free. Again, all these people claim that you can buy them. You can buy them. Like you can buy it from, GoDaddy or Blue, blah, blah, blah. All your hosting, yeah, HostGate or whatever. So secure with SSL, you can actually buy these things, but you don't need to buy them because they're free these days. I don't know how they make any money on that. So like HostGator, let's go to maybe VPS, see how much their SSLs are. You can probably add it in for like $20 or something, I don't know. Maybe it comes with it. Let's do, doesn't say. But I mean, if you just Google SSL buy, you can see all kinds of stuff to buy. It's really, here's GoDaddy. It's really crazy that people in 2020 charge for this. So you can spend $295, or you can get a free one that's just as good from Let's Encrypt. And all we need to do is go here, and these are free. So you can get your same security. See how GoDaddy has a lock icon there and Chase Bank did? Get the same security. You don't need to buy these at all. You never buy an SSL certificate. They're just a total waste. Get it from Let's Encrypt. They're like the biggest, so 190 million websites use it or something like that. So if you want to install that, it's a little bit complicated, but there's basically a cert bot. So DigitalOcean. Again, Nginx or DigitalOcean is kind of my go-to because they have lots of tutorials. You can go how to secure it on Let's Encrypt. So see how DigitalOcean.com has the URL there, but it has HTTPS, or it has the lock icon there, and it says this is secure with a certificate. This tutorial here, I'll show you how to do it all for free. Just as secure, that's what I did here. It's just as secure as buying an $1,000 one. It's no more secure. You run some commands, you do some terminal commands, you kind of set up the redirect, boom, 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 and you're done. So Let's Encrypt is free. What else did I do? This video is at like, 22 minutes. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of fun. So you should really play around with this, especially if you're a software engineer. If you've done more of the mobile side of stuff, it's really cool to like set up and play around with stuff. So again, buy your domain name, it's like $12 a year, turn on privacy, go to DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean actually has lots of products. So if you go to their pricing, you can see they have databases. So say you want a really secure database. Say your database is standby nodes. So say you want like this is, trust me, if you're building a website for any personal capacity or any small project, $15 a month for a database is way overkill. Like if you're just doing something simple, just use the $5 a month system. You can Google a MySQL database, learn how to set a database up for maybe for a backend for an Android app. But I mean, like if you're getting serious and you get like, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 users a day, might want to upgrade to a managed database. I mean, $15 a month, or say it gets like 1 million views. You could probably, depends on how you set it up, but you could even get away with like $60 a month. Something like that. And again, hint, hint, go to the YouTube description and you'll get $100 free, I think. You can do all kinds of stuff, but say you're serving a big website, you might need to spend like, $1,200 a month, 9 terabytes, 160 gigs RAM. This is like way overkill for smaller projects. For small projects, just get a standard one, $5 a month, set it up. They have lots of cool projects. Oh, block storage and stuff. So say you want to store like tons of videos or whatever, I mean, 200 gigabytes, that's like, depends on how many, yeah, it kind of depends. I wonder what transfer is. Don't know what transfer is. Anyways, say, like the 20, you can get for $10 a month. So you can first of all, you can do your entire website for $5 a month, no problem whatsoever, $5. Okay, what else can I show y'all? Set up a database. Ooh, I can show you something. So if I go to /admin, that doesn't work anymore. I have a little admin panel. It's like, if I type the wrong password, it won't work, but if I type, doesn't work, it's like, oh, what's the right path? Okay, let me VPN really quick, or SSH in. So I'll go SSH, I'll do SSHJM. I have a little shortcut here, and now I'm in my server. So this is all the commands I type here on the server. So if I were to, CDS bar WO Jonathan Malone, say I want to go to public, and say I want to, I can actually edit the live site right here. Say I want to edit something, I go vim index, and I can, what can I do really quick? I'll just do, just to show you. Can I escape? Oops. So now I go to jonathanmalone.com. Now I have that right there, just on the live website. This is live right now, jonathanmalone.com. So that's a bug, I want to get rid of it, just go the same command. I can just do get rid of that, save it. Did it save? And now it's gone, there we go. So you can edit a live site just by using Vim. So Vim, and then you just type out something, you can Vim into there. ls-la, I think you do LA maybe. Something like that, I don't know. Anyways, so here's all the files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what the password is. I kept the password out of version control. So if I go to jonathanmalone/admin, and that's not the password, that's my old password. I used to be able to do that, but I changed it for this video because I don't want it to be in the Git. I don't want you to see what my password is. Admin, I'll show you what I did. So go there. I forget the password, but let me go to a different screen. And I'm going to see outside of version control. Let's go to CD. And the password is, okay, I see what it is now. That's the password, and I log into here. And here's a nice little chart of how many people visit the website. So 49 seconds ago, 52 seconds ago, see what URL they visited, their IP address, their browser. You give all of this information away to every single website you view. So go back to 14 hours ago. 14 hours ago, I made this nice little chart. You can kind of see who visits what website. I think we even got a Python bot. We got MSN bot 3 hours ago. Wonder if Googlebot has indexed it yet. I don't see Google, but this chart is inaccurate. I kind of plugged in some numbers. But I can count, nice little admin chart, we can see all this data is going into a MySQL database. So I set up MySQL again, DigitalOcean, MySQL, and you can get, this will load. Here we go. So how to set up MySQL on Ubuntu, which is a server. So you run those commands. So let me close this. I don't want you to see that. So I did my config file, which is out of version control. You're not going to be able to get to it. But if I go to cd ls, and then what was I going to do? Let's go back to here. Oh yeah, MySQL, mouse can't really see it. But you type in the command. You type in like, where it says to type in, sudo apt update. I'd SSH into the server, then do apt update or whatever. And I can run commands, and it just does a bunch of stuff. So just wait. It'll run. It's fetching some stuff. And it's fetching, and it's done. So you can see I can upgradable packages. Yeah, I mean, servers are super fun. DigitalOcean, they have tons of tutorials, let me tell you. Just go to their tutorials, and you want to set up a WordPress website. Ooh, actually, let me show you something. So WordPress actually has, if I go to products, and if you go to their droplets, you can actually set up a WordPress website really easily. So say you don't want to do all this, you want the easy way, just do, okay, maybe it's under custom images, where was it? Distributions. They have a WordPress, I'm pretty sure they do, and it's free. like 99% sure. It's got to be free. WordPress, here we go. So if you don't want to SSH into servers and set up stuff, is it free? Yeah, I think it's free. It should be free. Yeah, it's free. So all you need to do is just go to this URL, marketplace.digitalocean.com/app/WordPress. Click create WordPress droplet, but be sure to click on the link in the YouTube description. I'll have a link, and that'll make me some money, and it will give you $100 free. So you can spend some money, set up a WordPress website. It's super simple. It's much easier than doing all this other stuff. Trust me. Wait, it might even have SSL. Oh, sweet, it does. Holy, it does have SSL. Okay. Yeah. Does it? I'd have to read it. I don't know. The point is, websites are super fun to set up. You can even set up like a server. Like you say, I wanted to set up, api.jonathanmalone.com/ API/v2/ maybe get all products or product, product search, Q equals tables. And you can search for tables or whatever. That's not going to work because it's not set up. But I mean, you can set up an API server for your Android app. So say you want your Android app to like convert into a WordPress or convert into a website, you can do it this way. Or if you're looking for the easy way, always just use Firebase because it's kind of easy. You'll get way more control with DigitalOcean. Like you can do way more. It's just fun to play around with. If you're working with something seriously, yeah, just use WordPress. I mean, there's lots of options, but it's super fun to build websites with DigitalOcean. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long. Just kind of show you this. Nice animations. You can click on photos. It blows them up. Hover effects. Some buttons. Kind of scroll around. I made this in like a few hours. It was super fun. Try it too. Again, not a tutorial. If you've never done this kind of stuff before, it can be super complicated. Whew. Okay, well, I'm going to do something else because I've been sitting at my computer all day today, or all afternoon, or kind of afternoon. And I'm going to do something else, so I'll see you in another video. If you like this, like the video or something, and I may make another one. I know I focused on Android, but I used to be a web developer, so I like building websites. So if you like this and want to see a little bit more like hacking stuff, like hacking a Raspberry Pi or hacking websites or like hacking stuff together, like how to hack up websites or build mobile backends, kind of playing around with tech, let me know. Or like the video and I may make more. Anyway, see you later. Bye.